Hello everyone, and welcome to a video that's gonna be a bit different than all of my other videos. It comes as a suggestion from Pierre Grusak. He said I should do a video where I name some moves, some pieces, all of the pieces and some phrases regarding chess, but that I should do it in Croatian, since Croatia did reach the finals of the FIFA World Cup. I thought, yeah, okay, it's definitely a nice idea. So I thought I'd just start by, explaining the names of the pieces, then maybe, a couple of phrases, and then as I already have a chess game loaded from my previous video, I'm gonna use the one you remember where King H8 was played, and then Knight captures on D5, of course. Bishop captures, and then Black resigned, because after Queen captures, Knight E7 wins the Queen, and it's game over. So this is the game I'll be using as a template to kind of explain it, how it's all done in Croatian. So in Croatian, pretty much everything is the same. You have these guys here, these are the pawns. In Croatian, a pawn, we call it pijun. Pijun, it's basically just a translation from pawn. But we also call it a pješak. A pješak would literally translate to a pedestrian. A plural of pawns would be pijuni or pješaci. Then you have the rook. A rook we would call either a top, which would translate to a cannon, or we would call it kula, which would translate to a tower. So either top or kula. Then we have the knight. Knight, sometimes we call it just like the jumper, like in Croatian it would be skakač. Or we would call it, just a horse, or in Croatian it would be konj, K-O-N-J. Then we have the bishop. The bishop is, we only have one term for it in Croatian, and that's lovac. And lovac basically means a hunter, so it really doesn't have anything to do with a bishop in Croatian. In Croatian, I'm pretty sure no dialects in Croatian, or I don't think anyone calls it anything other than the hunter. Then we have the queen. The queen is pretty much the same. We call her kraljica, which basically means the queen, but sometimes we also call her the lady, which in Croatian translates to dama. And then we have the king. I'm pretty sure the king is like the king in every language. In Croatian, that's kralj. We don't have any other terms for the king. He's the big boss, and he's the king. I'm pretty sure in every language, but if I'm wrong, I'm sure you will correct me in the comment section. So that's it for the pieces. Now let's check out the game we already checked out in my previous video, only this time we'll check out a couple of terms in Croatian. So we have d4. d4, this square in Croatian would be d4, knight to f6, skakač f6, c4, which is basically c4. Then e6, we have e6, knight to c3, that's skakač c3, bishop to b4, lovac c4, as is the hunter. We have the Nimzo-Indian Defense, or in Croatian we would call it Nimzo-Indika, or I think everyone calls it Nimzo-Indika. I don't think anyone calls it like Nimzo-Indijska obrana, but I would have to check. Then g3, g3. And then we have castles. Castles in Croatian is either rokada or rošada. I'm pretty sure both terms are used. I have no idea why someone uses one, why someone uses the other. I have no idea which one I prefer. But I'm pretty sure you can, if you play chess in Croatia, you can use both of these terms. And I don't know how to actually translate this word, rošada or rokada. Could be something like a switcheroo, maybe. But when you switch places. Bishop to g2, so this is basically fiankeroing the bishop. In Croatian it's pretty much the same. We say fianketirati lovca, that's the infinitive form. d5, we have in Croatian d5, knight to f3, skakač f3, d captures on c4, pješak uzima na c4. We have castles, again, rokada or rošada, knight to c6, skakač c6, a3, attacking the bishop, pješak a3, napada lovca, bishop back to e7, lovac se povlači na polje e7, we have e4, nice control in the center, bijeli dobro kontrolira centralna polja. Knight to a5, skakač a5, and now bishop to e3, lovac e3. We have a6, pješak a6, or you don't have to say the pawn, like in English it's you can just say a6 and everyone will know it's a pawn move. Queen c2, dama c2, or kraljica c2, pretty much most people will use the lady in Croatian rather than the queen. We have h6, rook a to d1, top a na d1, or in informal chess terminology in Croatian you will say top, very rarely you will hear kula, like the tower. c6, c6, we have knight to e5, skakač e5, and queen to c7, dama c7. f4, this comes like pješak na f4 or just f4, b5 or b5, we have g4, g4, c5, c5, g5, g5, h captures on g5, how uzima na g5, we have f uzima na g5, and knight to h7 or skakač h7. And now g6. Like we said in the previous video, of course, knight captures on f7 is a possibility, or in Croatian we would say bijeli također može ovdje uzeti skakačem na f7, and then the variation we've already explained in the previous video follows. But okay, in the game we had g6, that's g6, f captures on g6, f uzima na g6, knight captures on g6, skakač uzima na g6, usput napada topa na f8 i lovca na e7, and now c captures on d4. Prvo pješak c uzima na d4, napada skakača na c3 i lovca na e3, e5 now, opening up a discovered attack from the bishop on g2 towards the rook on a8, but also threatening some ideas here from the queen on the king side. And here, we already explained in the previous video that the straightforward first rook captures here, and then the following variation would, really help black out. But here black plays a complete blunder. We have d3, or in Croatian we would say ovdje crni igra potez koji u potpunosti gubi partiju. I have to say that, it's much easier for me to, commentate on a chess game in English. I rarely do it, really rarely do it in Croatian. But okay, we have d3, the move we already said that loses the game, and now here you have to find the winning move, or in Croatian, nađite potez koji dobiva partiju za bijeloga, or find the winning move for white. Like we said in the previous game, we have knight to d5, skakač d5, i sad, there were a couple of possibilities we already explained, that d captures on c2 would be the best, so pješak uzima damu na c2, to bi bilo najbolje, međutim u partiji je igrano lovac c5. In the game, bishop to c5 was played. So we have queen to d2, probably the move black missed while this was played, or as we would say in Croatian, crni je pogriješio i, well, we wouldn't say that, we would probably use another word, but, Croatian is a very rich language like that. But okay, so like in that game, we have queen to d8, dama d8, and now comes bishop captures on c5, lovac uzima na c5. Rook captures on f1 with check, top uzima na f1 sa šahom, rook captures on f1, top uzima na f1, and now e captures on d5, pješak uzima na d5. Here we have bishop captures on d5, this comes with check, lovac uzima na d5, odmah sa šahom, i u ovoj poziciji crni predaje partiju. Or in this position, black resigned the game. So yeah, that's basically the game. How would I put that? Yeah. Ovo je u biti ta partija koju su oni igrali, nadam se da ste uživali. That's basically, I do hope you enjoyed it, and as usual you can check two of my previous videos here. Kao inače ovdje možete provjeriti moja prijašnja dva videa koja sam postavio na svoj kanal. I hope I'll see you soon. I nadam se da ćemo se uskoro vidjeti. So that's basically it regarding this game, and there are some, a couple of, things regarding terminology, you know, I might have missed, but it's hard, you know, if I go too broad, then it's gonna be like a too long video. If I, you know, like shorten it too much, then. So yeah, we basically explained every piece, like the general moves, the fianchetto, fianchettiranje, the castling, rochada, rochada, capturing en passant, you know, capturing en passant. We also say in Croatian, uzeti en passant. Yeah, there's really no. We also use the French term, which is funny because tomorrow Croatia plays against the French. So yeah, I think en passant in French is like passing, you know, doing something while passing by, or it means like while passing by. Not really sure, but regardless. So yeah, that's pretty much it. If I missed like something, which I'm pretty sure I did, you know, there are a lot of things I could have mentioned. Feel free to, you know, ask in the comments, like write your question and use hashtag Croatia or something, so I can search it later, and then in my next video I will pronounce anything you might have missed in Croatian, you know, if you're interested. So yeah, that's basically the game. You've already seen this game, so this is just basically a video that, you know, hopefully you've learned some Croatian terms. Yeah, okay, one thing I might have missed, we have the, you know, the files and the squares, so A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, that's basically A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, but that's, you know, pretty much the same in any language. And the numbers, of course, are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So yeah, I mean, I could like talk about so many things, but I'm sure that if you're like really interested, you will just ask me in the comment section, use hashtag Croatian or Croatia, or just hashtag CRO, hashtag Crow, and then, you know, I'm just gonna answer it in my next video. So yeah, that's it. I do hope you enjoyed it, or as we would say it in Croatian, nadam se da ste uživali u ovome videu. Oh yeah, before I forget, I would like to thank Luka SR for a contribution to my channel. Thank you a lot, I really appreciate it. Luka is struggling for the past 6 months with the chronic fatigue syndrome. So Luka, I wish you all the best, and I wish you recover as quickly as possible. And although I mean, I've read what chronic fatigue syndrome is, but you know, I can't really fully understand it, but I know it's, from what I've read, I know it's a terrible thing, so I really do hope you recover as soon as possible. So yeah, thank you all once again, and yeah, I will see you soon. As usual, you can check all my previous videos here. Thank you all for watching, and we'll see if I will be making any videos tomorrow, or we'll just, you know, probably I will make one as preparations for the game in the Final Cup. Thank you all, and I will see you soon.